Hi everyone. Today I am presenting my project Interrelation built on Stack Sakharov's Goa edition. So whatever the in multiple complex smart contracts, whenever a developer wants to build, one challenge they face is that even after developing, if they don't you interact with it for 5 or 10 days, they might lose the memory of how everything was set up. So one thing I have tried to do is that for anyone, even if they were beginners or unprofessional, they can find some of use case from this project. They can directly visualize all the smart contracts and the inter and even the interdependencies between the multiple smart contracts that they have built. If they have a project involving 10 smart contracts in a modular architecture, they can just put it here and visualize the overall workings of the um, more workings and logic of the smart contract. So I will just connect my wallet and proceed with it. Okay, so I have already connected. I will just pay a fees. Okay, let's wait for some time. Yep. So this is the initial UI that we get, and here we can just place the contracts that we want to test, and this is the backend status. It's already connected at the moment. Okay, so I've kept them for a demonstration purpose, and along with it, since they are interdependent on each other, I will add another smart contract. Okay, okay. So I will just name it ABC. And then I will use this smart contract as an example because it's already in the tutorial website. I'll just place it here. And let's now just analyze the dependencies. Okay, so it has found the dependencies and it has completed the analysis of the overall smart contracts. So let's move on to the section where we can visualize everything. So this is the tree node tree graph that has been generated based on the smart contracts that the user has provided. So this one was the first one. They got the functions listed, how they are connected, and which smart contract they, and in using which one, which function they call the smart contract, which functions is that smart contract calling. All those things are visually present here. And next is this ABC that I created. It was a complicated monolithic smart contract, so there is no multiple contracts there. A single contract, and it is interconnected using multiple contract calls between each functions. So since it was not dependent on anything, we can see that it is an independent one. Okay, so next we can view the functions that are present, right? So anyone can use this platform to visualize the contracts they have written on Clarity. Because we are expanding on the simplicity of Clarity and providing a better interface and better understanding of to the developers. So they can view the functions, their principles, their complexity, their type, their summary, their dependencies, all these things are visible and view the code and you can even test the functions. So I will just demonstrate you. This was the one that we just copied from the repo and it has all those other things. We can just view the code and we get that specific function that was present there, and this way we can get an overall simple understanding. And if a long contract would have taken 2 hours to understand, this can reduce the time of understanding to half or 1 hour. So even if it boosts the understanding to a half, it adds as a great opportunity to the ecosystem, to the developers, and to the actual developers who make meaningful contributions to the networks. Right. So let's move on to the next part. There is an analytics. Analytics. There the user can see the various types of metrics that are drawn from from those smart contracts. Let me mind that there is no AI used here. So these are all based on custom logics that are present and are derived from multiple smart contracts by analyzing them. So we can see the smart contracts, the public private read-only types, and the overall size of the multiple smart contracts and all those things. Complexity, dependencies, all those things. Just we can also move on to the individual statistics and we get the dependencies, how many dependencies are in which one. We can get an estimate of the performance that the smart contracts are generating, and this we can see here B plus and code efficiency is 87 because these are already templates given here, so they are pretty very much optimized and beginner friendly. And next is the overall statistics of that one. So next is the run check. So if I have this smart contract, I can just run a check if that contract is running perfectly or not. In internally we are using the CLI configuration for clarity, and I will just run it and let's search the end demonstrations. It will take time. It will be connecting with the backend service, and it will be running multiple things. So we can see 4 errors we have. Okay, so this is the invalid principal literal, expected contact identifier, so the white space before expression and before expression, all those things that are actually emulated in a real life environment. All these are getting generated live here. So next we have the twisting functions feature. Okay, so we can just test the functions from here. We can run the functions. I will just click it, and I can add a test case and quick test this. Right. I will just close it now. It was failed because the backend is not running at the moment, and this was the overall project. You can easily, I've even wrote the code for the compilation, but due to memory error, it is not running at the moment. But it will work, and this is how the overall project will move. And this it adds as a weird addition to the user base in Clarity and the whole ecosystem of Clarity. Thank you, everyone.